All right, fam. So we gonna do Revelation 21 today. That's what we doing. And this is the culmination of everything that we've been going through as a people since the beginning all the way up to today. All those struggles that we had, being on the bottom, being scattered, being oppressed, being enslaved, being beaten, being lynched, all of that ends in this chapter here when the Most High comes to gather every last one of us who is part of his remnant, the ones who have been keeping this word, the one who has been following in his footsteps, he's going to bring us into our kingdom in this chapter here. And we're going to read about it. So without further ado, my brother, will you read for me Revelations 21, 1 through, read 1 through 4.
And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them. And they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
All right, family. So what are we seeing here in these verses right here? First, we're going to start with the first verse. See a new heaven and a new earth, family. This verse is laying out the total renewal and restoration that's coming for the kingdom nation of Israel. That's us, black people all around the world who've been on the bottom. This is when the tables are going to be turned. The flips or the scripts are going to be flipped. We're going to be from the bottom. We're going to the top. After all this punishment, now the Most High is going to bring us back into rulership again. You see, when the Most High originally created the heavens and the earth, all the way back in Genesis 1, that was meant to be our permanent palace and dominion as rulers of the cosmos. But what happened? Due to our forefathers' repeated infraction against the covenant, as we can read all throughout the entire Old Testament, we lost our possession of that pristine paradise. However, the prophets made it plain that just as we lost it through disobedience, we'd eventually get it all back through obedience and atonement. If you turn your Bibles over to Deuteronomy 30 and read verses 3 through 5, brother, you'll see this promise right here. Again, that is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verses 3 through 5. Watch this. I don't know if you muted yourself, brother.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good.
That then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee. If any of thine be driven out unto the utter outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee. From thence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it. And he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers.
So that's the promise. This is the promise that we're reading about here in Revelation 21. The same promise that he gave Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers, way, way back when. He's doing it here in this chapter right here, Revelation 21. The Most High is going to regather us from our dispersion amongst the nations where we at today. That's where we at right now. We're on the bottom in every nation. You can look it up. Look how the black folks in these nations are getting treated today. No different than where we getting treated over here in the United States. They doing the exact same thing over there in Brazil, over there in Colombia, over there in the UK, over there, and even in their own country in Africa, they're being disrespected by these foreigners. So the Most High has to change all of this. And this is what we're reading about right here. Or we can go over to Isaiah 65 and 17, where he made this exact comment that we see Revelation 21 and 1. He told Isaiah way back when to prophesy this. Again, that's Isaiah 65 and verse number 17.
For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind.
So all this crap that we going in right now, going into the job, all this crap that we dealing with these other nations, it's going to be a distant memory. We're not even going to remember it. Family? None. Zero. You ain't going to remember a thing. That's what the Most High do. He's hitting the reset button. That is what he's doing right now. Where we can finally take our rightful throne over this renewed creation without any remnants or reminders of the old fallen world. A sparkling new plane of existence, custom made to be the everlasting kingdom for us Israelites to rule eternally as Yah originally intended from Genesis. Now we're going to do it forever. We're going to rule over everybody. You see, they're ruling over us right now. They're telling us what to do. Well, in this day that we're reading about, we going to rule over them. You're going to rule the entire earth. It's going to be yours, family. Everywhere you go, it's going to be yours. No more being the tail. We're going to be the head. No more being the borrower. We're going to be the lender. They're going to bring all their treasures to us every day. This is what's going to happen, family. All these false religions out there speculating and confusing its true meaning when it's clearly a promise that the ethnic specific, that's right, the true seed of Abraham, not this spiritual Israel that they saying in the church today. The true seed, these black people, these Negroes who have been through hell over these thousands of years, we are going to go on top and we're going to lead this world and rule it with our Messiah. This is the literal restoration we're reading about, y'all. Straight up. The Most High is not going to leave us in our captivity. He's going to bring us out of it. And then we go to verse 2. So John is seeing this city coming down from the God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for a husband. Now picture this, fam. You've been waiting all day at the altar, sweating bullets in your best suit. And then bam, here comes your bride, decked out, looking like $1 million. That's what John is talking about here. But it ain't no ordinary wedding, family. It's the ultimate reunion. All Israelites, northern and southern kingdom, coming back together with their Messiah, their husband. That's who Israel is to the Most High. We're his wife. And he's going to marry us again in this day. He's going to marry us again, family. We've always been married. These other nations don't know him. He does not know them. So this is what it's about. It's about coming back physically with our God. He saved us spiritually by dying on the cross, and now he's going to physically gather us back to be with him forevermore. This new Jerusalem that's coming down, it's like the Most High throwing the biggest, baddest block party you ever seen, because it's going to be nothing but happiness, music, praise, singing, joy. That's what it's going to be, family. Just like when you go to your family reunions and y'all be acting a fool out there, that's exactly how it's going to be in this day. The city is not just a place. It's a symbol of his people, Israel. All dolled up and sanctified, ready to live up in the presence of the Most High forever. This ain't your average fixer-upper. No, this is a divine renovation at its finest. Now let's get real for a second. We go over to Isaiah 61 and 10. We read this. Isaiah here is going to give us a hint of this. when it talks about being clothed in garments of salvation. Again, it's Isaiah 61 in verse number 10.
I will greatly rejoice in the Lord. My soul shall be joyful in my God, for he hath clothed me with the garments of salvation. He hath covered me with the robe of righteousness, as a bridegroom decketh himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorneth herself with her jewels.
So we're talking about a spiritual makeover here, family. The kind that makes you forget all your troubles. Like when you finally block your ex on social media. Pure bliss. Pure bliss. And also, don't forget about Ezekiel 48 and 35. Let's go read that real quick. Again, that's Ezekiel 48 in verse number 35.
It was round about 18,000 measures, and the name of the city from that shall be, the Lord is there.
He's there. It's like having the ultimate security system, family. No need for those fancy doorbell cameras, none of that stuff, no. When Yah's in the house, who gonna mess with you? Yah's telling you, hey, I'm here. Ain't nobody gonna mess with y'all no more. I allowed these other nations to mess with y'all for all these years and centuries. No more. I'm here now. Daddy's home. Ain't nobody gonna mess with you. You are safe. You are secure. So this second verse here isn't just about real estate development. No, it's about the grand opening of the most exclusive divine community ever, where all the residents are sanctified, glorified Israelites. No more wickedness. None of that stuff gonna be allowed in the kingdom. Only pure and holy people. It's the big reveal of that heavenly HGTV Dream Home Edition. But way better, because guess what? It lasts forever. And there are no property taxes. You ain't got to worry about that no more. I told you, all the old stuff gone, family. He bringing this for us. This New Jerusalem, that's us. We are this city. We are the city of God. There ain't gonna be nothing coming down from the sky, family. No. The Most High is describing his people. You're gonna be dolled up. You're gonna be sanctified. You're gonna be pure. That's what John is trying to get us to understand here. And as we move to that third verse, Most High saying the tabernacle of God is with men. And so you got these Christians out there saying, see, he's going to dwell with all people. That's what he says, right? That's what they say. He's going to dwell with all people. But let's go to Ezekiel 37 and show you who these people that the Most High is going to dwell amongst. Ezekiel 37, we're going to read 26 and 27 to show you who these men are. This ain't everybody. It's not every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there. No. These are specific people. And Ezekiel's going to tell you who. Whenever you're ready, brother.
37?
37, 26, and 27.
Gotcha. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them. And I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forever. My tabernacle also shall be with them. Yea, I will be their God, and they shall be my people.
They shall be my people. We all know who his people is, family. We all know who these people is. Israel. That's who the entire Ezekiel 37 is about. It's about the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom coming back together again. And the Most High is going to dwell amongst them. He said, all Israelites. He's not dwelling among all nations like these other religions say he is. No. He is dwelling amongst a specific people. His chosen people. But he ain't just say it in Ezekiel. If we go all the way back to Leviticus, Moses wrote it down. If we go to Leviticus 26, 11 and 12.
And I will set my tabernacle among you, and my soul shall not abhor you. And I will walk among you, and will be your God, and ye shall be my people.
It's the same thing. He's finna be with us, not with anybody else. He's gonna be with you and me. That's who the Most High is talking about here. He's gonna be with his people. No matter what these other nations say, oh, he's gonna be with every. No, he's gonna be with Israel. He has a chosen people. We are it. Do not allow them to tell you who these men are. These men are our brethren and our sisters. That's who they are. Nobody else. No one cares if they get mad about it, get jealous. Oh, well, that's the word. Most people cannot handle the truth. They want you to lie to them and give you this kumbaya, everybody holding hands at the end of the... No, that's not going to be what happens. We're going to rule this place. Every nation is going to be subject to us. We're going to be on top everywhere we go. We're going to be the kings and the queens of the earth. Can y'all fathom this? I know it's hard to kind of see this with the crap that we go through every day. But this is what the Most High has for you if you stay on the walk, if you stay patient. This is what he got for you.
Hey, I had something to add.
Nope, not yet.
It,
just save it. Just write it down and just save it for after the class.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Most High has a crown for y'all. All you got to do is stay on the path that he has set for you and grab it at the finish line. I know it's hard. Having to wake up, having to go to work, having to pay taxes, having to pay bills, being tired all the time, driving in traffic. But guess what? This is what the Most High got for you. It's a promise. He got it written down. It means it's going to happen. This is where you get your hope, family. When everything looks hopeless, when you open up this book, it gives you hope. It tells you what is going to be. This is how much the Most High loves us. He don't love this. This ain't for everybody, family. This is only for Israel, not for everybody else. In the fourth verse, wipe away tears from all eyes. Now, let me paint this picture. It's not talking about some magical fairy tale where everyone gets a unicorn. No. This is the real deal. The heavyweight promise. The grand finale for us. After all we've been through. Let's talk about these tears. You know, we've cried a river over the centuries, right? From slavery to oppression, from being scattered and battered. Our eyes have seen some stormy weather. But here comes Yah, stepping in like the divine parent he is, wiping away every tear from our eyes. He's got this handkerchief saying enough is enough. Let's dry up those tears. Why? Because it's time for joy. Now, when it says no more death, sorrow, crying, or pain, think about this. We've been dealing with the heavy weight of death and pain like it's our shadow. Constantly looming. But here comes the promise. No more. Yah is flipping the script on the whole human experience, especially for us, his chosen. No more funerals, no more heartbreaks, and definitely no more back pains from all that heavy lifting through history. Now let's rope in some scriptures here to beef it up. If we go over to Isaiah 25, Isaiah prophesied about this as well. We go to Isaiah 25 and verse number 8. What does he say?
It says, he will swallow up death in victory, and the Lord God will wipe away tears from off all faces,
Y'all
and
see
the
that? Go ahead.
and the rebuke of his people shall he take away from all the earth, for the Lord hath spoken it.
So if he's spoken it, and we know his words don't come back void, that means it's going to happen, family. We ain't going to have to deal with none of that stuff no more. No more sorrow, no more death. We're going to be eternal. But you got to get through this fight first in order to get there. So Yah is consistent. Throughout the entire scriptures, he's always been consistent. He's always promised to gather us, and he is. But we have to go through the things. We have to go through these trials. We have to go through these tribulations. We have to be thrown in the fire and purified and refined in order for him to bring out that final product. He has to drag out all the impurities. He's got to drop you all the way down. He's got to break you down, and then he's going to build you back up stronger than ever before. Some of y'all are going through that right now. He's building you up to for this very day that we're reading about. That's what he's building you up for. And also, let's not forget, go over to Isaiah 65 real quick and read verse 19 to see more instances of this, of what I'm saying is true. Again, it's Isaiah 65 and verse 19.
And I will rejoice in Jerusalem, and my joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying.
Jerusalem here ain't just a spot on the map. It's the heart, the home, the headquarters of the kingdom where Yah's rule wipes out every trace of our tears and our trials. Now, humor me for a second, family. Imagine walking into a place where the only waterworks are from the sprinklers watering the gardens of paradise, not from folks crying out in sorrow. That's the upgrade we talking about here. So when Revelation 21 and 4 says all these former things have passed away, it's like the Most High is clearing out our closets of all those old rags of distress and decking us out in heavenly garb of what? Gladness. The former things, like those old jeans, you can't fit anymore. They gone out. Poof. Out of here. That's what it's about. When I tell you, all the former things are going away, you're not going to remember it. All that pain is going to be a thing of the past, family. So as we keep going in Revelation 21, to keep reading about this day, this paradise, we're going to read verses 5 through 8.
And he sat upon the throne, said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, It is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. But the fearful, the and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
Woo, we got some heavy stuff here. So let's break it down real quick. 5th verse. Most High says, Behold, I make all things new. Now picture this, family. Yah himself, the big boss, the CEO of the universe, sitting on his royal throne. And he's not just making small talk. He's about to drop a major announcement. He says, behold, I make things new. This isn't just a touch-up job or a little tweak here and a little tweak there. No. We're talking an extreme cosmic makeover, the kind where everything old and busted gets kicked to the curb. So let's bring in some backup from the scriptures to spice this whole thing up real quick. We go over to Isaiah. Isaiah again. Keep going there, huh? Isaiah 43 and 19. Watch this, the same thing that the Most High just said. Isaiah said it too.
Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert.
Look at that. Yah's been in the business of flipping scripts since way back. He's about turning dry deserts into downtown river walks. All that desert you see out there, family, where our land is, Saudi Arabia, all these places where all that desert is, Most High finna change all of that. He's gonna turn it all back into lush green forests like it was before. And then we went away and he threw sand on top of it. That's why they can't get nothing to grow over there. The Most High don't want it to grow. It's only gonna grow on this day right here. When we going back to the land, all that desert is gonna be no more, family. Clear, crystal clear water, rivers and streams, good fruit, real fruit, none of this GMO stuff, lush green forests, all those. That's what it's gonna look like again. Those are the new things. Those are part of the new things that the Most High is gonna do for his people. So when he says rights, for these words are true and faithful, Yah's giving his divine stamp of approval. It's not just a pinky promise. It's a throne-backed guarantee. He's telling John, hey, grab your pen, because this is straight from the top. Write it down, make it plain, because nobody should miss this broadcast. That's what the Most High is doing. He's fixing it all. All the bad stuff about this world today ain't gonna be in the new kingdom. Nope, he's gonna change everything from the bottom to the top. It ain't gonna look like it looks today, family. So when Yah's talking about making things new, he's not talking about a fresh paint job. He's talking about a whole new reality, new bodies, because we're gonna have glorified bodies in this day. No more getting sick or any of that, or dying. These bodies don't die. He's giving us the new Jerusalem, a new heaven, and a new earth. We moving out of the ghetto of sin and into the penthouse of righteousness. A total spiritual and physical upgrade. Like trading in your old beat up ride for what? A brand new shiny spaceship. That's the level of change the Most High is going to bring to this place, this whole earth. Not just over there in our land over there. The whole earth is finna get this makeover. So my beloved brethren, when you feel like the weight of the world is a bit too much, like I know a lot of us feel right now, remember this. Yah's got this whole renewal project under control. We're talking about the same power that parted seas and raised the dead, making all things new, please. That's light work for Yah. So you hang in there. You hang in there. You don't give up. Be patient. Let him do his thing. He working as we speak. We may not see all the things he does, but know this. He's working. Moving pieces on the chessboard. That's what he's doing right here as I'm talking. We may not see the manifestation of that move for years, but rest assured, he's doing what he's going to do. All of this stuff we're reading about, it's going to happen, family. We may be long dead and gone, but guess what? When he raised you up in that first resurrection, all you're going to see is beauty. That's the first thing you're going to see. You ain't going to see no more dirty stuff. No more pollution. No more garbage dumps. None of that. It's going to be a whole brand new place for his people to rule over. That is the promise that the Most High is giving to you. That's why he said it is faithful and true, because you can count on it. In verse 6, he said, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, beginning and the end. Now, if this doesn't sound like y'all dropping the mic, I don't know what does. It is done. That's Yah's way of saying class dismissed. Show's over. Or go home, folks. But it's not just any show. It's the grand finale of all the pain, of all the suffering, and the drama that we Israelites have been through. Yah is declaring victory like a boss. The kind of victory that has the angels dropping heavenly confetti all over you. This is the victory we're reading about. This is the last bit of the story. This is the ending. When he says, I am the Alpha and Omega, family, the beginning and the end, Yah is reminding us who's really running the show. All this stuff that y'all see going on out there, Most High in control of it. When these nations are going up against each other, who you think making them do it? He is. Everything that's going on in your life, Most High is in control of it. That's why you are in bliss, family. That's why you can rest easy. Why? Because he is in control. He got the wheel. Let him drive. Don't side seat drive. Don't back seat drive. Let the Most High get you to your destination. If you got to go over a couple of bumps and potholes, let it be, because you know who's driving. He know what he's doing. He's the A to the Z. He's the whole alphabet and then some. He's not just the bookends on a dusty shelf. He's every word in between. The author, the publisher, and the critic all rolled into one. Yah's basically saying, I started this story. Best believe I'm going to be the one ending it. Now let's talk about this fountain of the water of life. This ain't no regular tap water. This is that premium, never run dry, eternal life-giving H2O. It's the same type of life-giving water that was offered to the woman at the well all the way back. All the way back in John 4. Y'all remember John 4, right? Way back in the first beginning of when I started doing these lessons. Let's go read about this water. John 4, 13 and 14. The same water that's been talked about in this verse 6. Same water that Yahusha is offering here to this northern kingdom Samaritan. Again, that's John 4 and 13 and 14.
Gotcha, brother. Jesus answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
This is the water that is going to cure you spiritually. This is the word we're talking about, family. This is the word. Yah's handing it out to all who believe. All the Israelites who believe. It's a drink special at Heavenly Happy Hour. Freely, he's giving it to you. That means no cover charge, no ID required, just pure, unadulterated access to the life that quenches the deepest thirst. And that's this book right here that we reading. This is the water that the Most High is offering us to drink. Reading this word, getting that understanding to know what these words mean. Because many people read the Bible, but they have no idea what it means. May as well be chicken scratch. They can't understand it because the Most High has not given them access to these fountains. And with no access, you don't get the understanding that we get when we read the word. So this is what the Most High is doing. He's selling this word. He's selling this water to all his people who believe in him. Freely get this word. Drink it, because this is the only thing that's going to cure your thirst. And the thirst we're talking about is a spiritual thirst. Physical thirst, you're going to be thirsty again. You drink some water, you're going to be thirsty again. But you drink this word, you're not going to thirst. Because this word is going to lead you to what? Everlasting life, where you don't need no water with those glorified bodies. Don't need to eat and drink. None of that. This is what the Most High is trying to tell you. Get your head in this word. Study this word. He wants to give you eternity. He's giving it to you. So in a whole nutshell, this 6th verse is Yahweh's victory lap and our invitation to the after party. It's him saying everything you've hoped for, everything that you have prayed for and endured for, it's here and it's real. He's not just a God of the past or the present. He's a God of a future where thirst is just an old memory and living waters flow forever. So keep your cups ready, Israel, because the taps are about to flow, and that's all you can drink. This is the eternal refreshment that doesn't just quench thirst, but fills your very soul to overflowing. And we move to the 7th verse of Revelation 21. Here's a powerful verse. He that overcometh shall inherit all things. How much is all? All things. Now let's not brush past this. He said all things, y'all. Yah is laying out the ultimate inheritance plan for each and every last one of us. And trust me, it's way better than finding out you're the long lost relative of a rich prince. No, sir. We're talking about inheriting all things. Wherever you can see, all of it is going to be yours. The sun is going to be yours. The stars are going to be yours. The moon is going to be yours. Everything on this earth is going to belong to you. Now, what's better than that, family? I can't think of nothing. That's not just a car or a fancy house. It's the whole kit and caboodle, the entire enchilada. This isn't about scratching off a winning lottery ticket or hitting a jackpot on a slot machine. This is the divine jackpot. We're overcoming the world's mess, its trials, its tribulations, and all the nonsense that has been thrown our way leads us to inherit everything. And I mean everything that matters, from eternal life to a kingdom that doesn't crumble like these flimsy empires do today. Our reign is going to be everlasting, family. You're going to rule forever. Like Outcast said, forever, ever, forever, ever. You're going to rule forever. No end. See, with these kings today, they have an end. With presidents, you're in there for 4 years and then you out. You may get reelected again, you may not. But there is no election for us. There is no re-election for us. We gonna rule this planet forever. Let that marinate in your soul for a second. You're gonna rule everything. Every person, every nation on this planet that is left over after the Most High destroys this place. All of them gonna be your servants forever. Imagine that. because that's the future. That is the plan that the Most High has. But he doesn't stop there. He says, I will be his God, and he shall be my son. Now, if that doesn't warm your heart, family, I don't know what will. This is the Almighty, the creator of everything, saying he wants to be our God personally. Not like those absentee landlords who only see you when the rent is due. No, sir. He's talking about being the all-in, always there, forever loving God. In us, we're not just some random tenants, family. We're his children, his sons and his daughters. So let's cross-check this with Romans 8 and 17, where Paul tells us exactly what we just talked about. Again, that is Romans chapter 8 and verse number 17.
And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with Christ, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together.
Who is this them? Well, let's go to Isaiah 43 and 1. We'll see who this them is, because Isaiah talked about it. Again, Isaiah 43 and 1.
But now thus say the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel. Fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine.
That's no other nation. He's talking about Israel. He's talking about you. He's talking about you. See, being an heir with Christ is like being in the most elite family business there is. But instead of flipping burgers or selling mattresses, we're in the business of what? Eternal glory, reigning alongside the King of Kings. This scripture right here is Yah's way of saying, stick with me through thick and thin, and you won't just scrape by. You will rule and reign. Because that's exactly what we're doing right now, right? We scraping by. Surviving. We in survival mode. We just trying to make it to the next check. That's where we at right now. We just trying not to be homeless. We scraping by. But if we keep it going, if we stay on the path, if we just go through it all, you're going to rule and reign, inherit everything. Talk about a glow up. So this verse number 7 isn't just a verse. It's a divine contract written in the unbreakable ink of Yah's will. He's saying, hey, you handle the overcoming and I'll handle the overgiving. That's what he's telling us right here. Because when Yahweh gives, he doesn't hold back. He floods us with blessings so abundant that we'll need to build a new closet for all the crowns we're going to be wearing. This is how faithful the Most High is to you. And all you got to do is overcome. All you got to do is keep pushing, keep walking, keep running to that finish line. All of this we're reading about will be available to you. Don't you want to be a king? Don't you want to be a queen? Do you want to be just some nigga on the street? Because that's what they say we are. We just a nigga on the street. Don't you want to be somebody? The Most High is saying, hey, keep with me. Stick with me. I'm going to make you somebody. And nobody will ever be able to take that away from you. And in verse 8, there's a doozy. This right here, family, this a doozy. He broke down all the people, the type of people that ain't going to be nowhere near the kingdom. He broke it all the way down. All the way. But when we talking about this lake a fire that we see here. We ain't discussing a literal barbecue pit where sinners are going to get slow cooked. No, this is a metaphorical language for what? Complete eradication. Total, absolute obliteration of wickedness. No more. There ain't going to be no remnant of these people left on the planet. They're not going to be in the pit burning forever. The Most High is not sadistic. He's about justice. One time, done. See you later. That's what he's going to do to all these wicked people. So I suggest you don't want to be any of these people. You got the cowardly here. These are your spiritual no-shows. They wouldn't stand up for truth if it came with a lifetime supply of blessings. You got the unbelieving here. These are the doubters who wouldn't believe in the Most High if he sent them a personal invitation signed in manna. They're like, miracles? I'll believe in it when I see it. These are your atheists. These are your scoffers. These are the people who don't even believe in Yah. This is who I used to be. You got the vile people out there. These are the folks that have more dirt on their souls than a potato farmer's boots. If sin were soil, they'd be the Amazon rainforest of corruption. These are your evil, evil people. You got the murderers taking lives as if they were clipping coupons. Remember, Yah said, thou shalt not kill all the way back in Exodus 20. That's part of the commandments. You got the sexually immoral out there. They treat these sacred laws like they're suggestions written in invisible ink. Paul wasn't joking around in Hebrews 13:4. Let's read it real quick. Hebrews 13:4. Because this one right here, that's what a whole lot of people are in right now. This one right here, especially in our community, this is what they're doing. Hebrews 13:4. What does it say?
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but the whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
That's a serious accusation. Fornication. That's what our people love doing today. Situationships, all this stuff. Got side dudes and side girls and all this nonsense. Like it's a buffet out there. This is just a buffet to our people. This is how they treat sex. This is what it is. Marriage is the only place where we can do that, where we can have the sex. Anything outside of that, you are a whoremonger, a fornicator, and you will not see anything of the kingdom if you do not repent. So let's read about all these different type of things here that are the works of the flesh. All these attitudes that these people have, all these different things that they do. If we go over to Galatians 5, Paul lists out all these things that most of our people are into today. We go to Galatians 5, and brother, read 19-21.
Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanliness, lavishness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulsions, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murderers, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
All of that stuff is what the majority of our people are doing today. Revelings, i.e. partying it up all day, every day. Every day is a party to these people. You ain't gonna see kingdom. All of this stuff, wrath, envying. We do a lot of envying in our community. Everybody's jealous of somebody. Oh, she got a Louis Vuitton bag. Oh, I got to get that. Uh-oh. Or they just steal it from you. How many people have gotten shot over Jordans that I've read in the news? This is what we are doing. And the Most High is letting you know, hey, If you are doing any of this, you ain't gonna smell the kingdom. What you gonna smell is this Thanos snap as I snap you out of existence forever. There will be nothing left of you. So as we go back to Revelation 21 and 8 and finish up all these people that the Most High is talking about, we got these sorcerers. These are the magic art practitioners. These are the zodiac sign people. These are the ones doing the tarot cards. You know, those wannabe wizards thinking they can bypass Yah with some hocus pocus. No. Trying to conjure up shortcuts to spiritual power. No. All your new age people, they fit into this. They ain't gonna smell the kingdom. Idolaters, if idolatry was a sport, these folks would be in the leagues, trading their eternal prize for shiny trinkets and spiritual equivalent of fool's gold. You see with our people today, they trade their whole life for a Lamborghini or a mansion or a plane. Sell a soul out to the devil for shiny stuff that ain't even gonna last. These are the ones who worship these celebrities. They do everything they do. They get their hair in a certain way. They get their hair in a certain way too. They dress in a certain type of dress or clothing or whatever. They got to go out and buy it. Even if they can't afford it, they got to go and be like their idol. That's what they call it, American Idol. Right there in the name. Those people are not going to taste the kingdom. And then we got the liars. Oh, we got a lot of these in our community. A whole bunch. They throw around falsehoods like confetti at a parade. If their pants really did catch fire, for every lie, they'd be a walking inferno. How many people do we know lie for no reason? Just lie to just lie. Don't even need to lie. They got lies on lies on lies. It's an inception of lies. These people are not going to taste the kingdom. This scripture is not just a warning label. It's a blueprint for what not to be, Israel. Do not be like these people here. This lake of fire symbolizes the total destruction of all these traits. Eradicated, gone, poof, out of here, like they never existed. Yah's plan isn't just about punishing. It's about purifying, cleansing his creation of all impurities, all his wickedness, so that his kingdom can be as flawless as a diamond in his crown. There ain't gonna be none of this evil stuff left. He gonna kill it all. All this flesh stuff ain't gonna be in the kingdom. So what's the game plan for us, Israel? We got to keep our walks straight, our hearts pure, and our spirits aligned with these commandments. We're aiming not just to avoid being metaphorically wiped out, but to thrive and claim our place in the kingdom, where the streets are gold and the gold never fades. So that's what the Most High is trying to get you to understand. Don't be like these people. You see that written in red? That's him talking. Don't be like these people here. You can't be like them. You want to be you. You want to stay holy and pure and stay on this walk. So that way you can inherit the kingdom and not be thrown away like these people will be. This is why it's very important to not hang around people like this. We have to be set apart so that way they don't rub off on us. We have to be a light to these evil Israelites, these wicked ones, so that some of them may come over to our side. But we must never touch shoulders with them, or else their dirt rubs off on us. So as we go back to Revelation 21, we are going to read verses 9 through 14.
And there came unto me one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials full of the seven last plagues, and talked with me, saying, Come hither, I will shew thee the bride, the Lamb's wife. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and shewed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God, having the glory of God, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as a crystal, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, in names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. On the east, 3 gates, on the north, 3 gates, on the south, 3 gates, and on the west, 3 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb.
So here we go. We got this New Jerusalem coming from God. And when it means coming down, we are talking about the Most High has purified it. The same way that vessel that Peter saw in his vision of those animals that were on top of that vessel coming down, showing that the Most High has cleansed the northern kingdom, because that's what that vessel represented. This New Jerusalem, these people, which is a representation of the people of Israel, that's me and you, have been purified, have been sanctified, and have been cleansed by the Most High himself. We are righteous, we are holy, we are pure. So we're talking about this wife. These angels say, hey, come look, come check out the wife of the Most High. But who is this wife? Well, if we go over to Isaiah again, Isaiah 54 in verse number 5, we see who the Lamb's wife is. Again, that's Isaiah chapter 54 in verse number 5.
For thy maker is thine husband, and the Lord of hosts is his name, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, the God of the whole earth shall he be called.
We are the wife of the Lamb, Israel, the whole nation of Israel, the remnant, the ones that have kept his commandments and testimony on our hearts and our spirits. We are the wife that the angels are talking about here. This right here, he just told you. But let's see another witness to this. If we go over to Hosea chapter 2. Again, that is Hosea chapter 2, verses 19 and 20.
And I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness and in judgment and in loving kindness and in mercies. I will even betroth thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know the Lord.
Talking about Israel again, betrothed, marry. We are the wife. Not other nations, because they like to spiritualize this too. And say, oh, it means everybody who believes. No, this is a specific person, a specific nation of people. That's us, black people. That's you who follow these commandments, who love your people, and you who love their God. That's who the Most High is talking about. You are the wife of the Lamb. You are. No one else. But watch this. Paul talks about it too. Another witness. If we go over to 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 2. Again, at 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2.
For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as chaste virgin to Christ.
You're talking about the church, which is these righteous Israelites. That's who Paul is talking about here. He's talking about the church. That's us. We are this wife. Christ is going to marry us again when he comes back the second time around. No other nation has this type of relationship with him. No matter what they say, no matter what they tell you. You are the wife of Christ. Israelites. You are. Don't let anybody else tell you differently. The Most High is coming back. He's coming back, coming back, coming back to marry you. We are this city that's coming down from heaven. Us being presented to Christ so he can marry us again. We're pure. We're holy at this time. No more wickedness. None of this stuff is there. This is what it's all about, family. It's all about reuniting with our long-lost brethren, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom coming together again with Christ. This is what this entire story of this Bible has been about. The creation, the fall of Israel, and the redemption at the end. This is what it's all about. It's about you. This whole Bible is about you. It's not about the world. It's not about mankind, as everybody loves to say. It's about you. When you open up this Bible and you read, you are reading about you and your people. That's who you are reading this about. It ain't about nobody else. Let the Christians keep talking. Let the Catholics keep talking. Let Islam and all these other people keep talking. They just blowing hot air. This whole book is about black people, no matter what they say. They mad about that now. They seeing the awakening of our people today, and they mad, big mad. They can't handle it, family. They can't handle none of it. So what do when they can't handle it? They mess with you. Do they not? They mess with you. They discredit you. They make fun of you. That's what they do because they can't handle it because they know it's true. But we endure it. We endure it. I mean, check this out. Verse 11. This city, this people has the glory of God now. Why? Because he's dwelling with us, as I said earlier. That light is us now. It's within us. It's shining through us. Divine radiance. This is what he's talking about. He's painting a picture of what the people are going to be. That's what John is talking about. He's not talking about like a literal city here. He's talking about a people. That's the symbolization that John is trying to get through. He ain't talking about a physical city. He's talking about the people. A precious people. Having the glory of God. Why? Because God is dwelling with them now. Even like that jasper stone. Clear as crystal. That means purified. You have went through the fire. You went through the adversity. You went through the trials. And now you're coming out on the other side crystal clear. That is what the Most High is talking about. This is what it's all about, family. It's about you being pure, the Most High purifying you through everything that you've been going through. And you coming out on the other side perfect, unblemished. And you got Revelation 12, verse 12. Or Revelation 21, verse 12. Talk about a wall great and high, 12 gates, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. He just told you who the city is. It's not a physical city, not physical gates. He's describing the people who inhabit this city. None other than the tribes of Israel. This entire time, John has been writing about people. A lot of people thought it was a physical city. He's talking about a physical city. Yes, there will be a physical city. I am sure of it. But this New Jerusalem that he is describing here spiritually is the people of Israel. That's why I said the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. He's telling you who this New Jerusalem is. Got all the gates all around them. What does all the gates mean, family? Protection. All around protection. Why? Because the Most High is there. Who gonna mess with you? Who gonna mess with you? Nobody's gonna mess with you. Absolute, unbreakable security and divine protection from the Most High himself. Not one person is gonna dare bother you, Israel. He's allowed it up to this point. But at this day, no more. If we go over to Isaiah again, we go to chapter 26, and we read verse 1 and 2. This is the day that Isaiah is talking about in this verse. Again, that's Isaiah 26, verses 1 and 2.
In that day shall this song be sung in the land of Judah. We have a strong city. Salvation will God appoint for walls and bulwarks. Open ye the gates, that the righteous nation which keepeth the truth may enter in.
That's you, Israel. Righteous nation. The remnant. He's talking about the remnant coming back in, coming to the kingdom, because that's all who's going to make it there. That's what it's all been about, family. Making it to this kingdom, being protected by the Most High forevermore. Being amongst your God forevermore. Can y'all fathom being amongst the Most High right there in the midst? Because we can't fathom that today because he's not here. That's why we're going through all kind of hell. But in this day, we don't got to worry about nothing ever again. Pure and utter bliss. That's what it's about. That's what it's always been about, family. You ain't going to have to worry about watching your back. The Most High going to watch it for you. Surrounded by all protection. Y'all want you to know that this city, nothing will ever break it down. Nothing will ever take this kingdom down. He's letting you know we ruling forever. Our people. Yeah, there's going to be servants there as well. But he's telling you who the city is for. Israel. That's who makes up this city. Israel. Not the church, as they say today. No, these are Israelites. They can't spiritualize that away. They can try all they want. but they will never be able to do it. Not just anybody is going to be able to come in there. It's going to be VIP access only. Only certain people are going to be able to come in there. As we going to read. And you got 14, which says, in the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the city, or in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. What does that mean? What is John saying here? Well, if we go to Ephesians 2:20, Paul says this here. Ephesians 2:20. Because remember, the city, these are the people. Talking about the people here, not an actual physical city now. He's talking about the people. Ephesians 2:20 reads.
I got it.
You got it? All right.
And are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Jesus Christ himself being the chief cornerstone.
Which is showing you these people, the prophets and the apostles who went out and gathered all the righteous remnant back into the fold, back into the covenant, back to God. That's the foundation. We are the stones of this city that is being built. He's not doing no more physical houses no more. The Most High is building a spiritual house, and we are that house, people. Jesus himself says, if we go over to Matthew 16:18, watch what Jesus said here. Again, that's Matthew 16 and verse 18. Watch this.
And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
So through the gospel of Peter and all the rest of the apostles, this spiritual church was built, was started because of that gospel, going out to the other stones, which are the other Israelites, to bring them back into the fold, to make them a part of this spiritual church. And we're doing it today. Each Israelite that comes back to the Most High is another stone in this spiritual church until we make up this New Jerusalem in the end. We even doing it today. But it was upon the apostles. They were the foundation of this because they were the ones who first went out with that gospel to get those first Israelites to come back to Christ. And we're doing it in this very day, bringing other Israelites into the spiritual church and building it, building this spiritual city that the Most High is going to dwell amongst in the end. We're talking about a people here. Get the city stuff, the physical stuff out. We're talking about people. Each and every last one of us is a stone in this church, in this spiritual city. And that's what John is describing. He symbolized it and coded it, of course. So not everybody will get this. But to the ones who the Most High gives wisdom to, we're able to see that this whole chapter is talking about people. We are the New Jerusalem, family. A people that was dirty and filthy, now being cleaned up and presented to Christ to marry again. This is it. And now John continues to describe these people. If we go and read from verses 15 to 18.
In what book? Where you at?
Revelation 21.
Okay.
Continuing.
Okay. 15 through 18?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. And he talked with me, had a golden reed to measure the city, and the gates thereof, and the wall thereof. And the city lieth foursquare, and the length is as large as breadth. And he measured the city with the reed, 12,000 furlongs. The length and the breadth and the height of it are equal. And he measured the wall thereof, 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is, of the angel. And the building of the wall of it was jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass.
So you read, most people read this and they say, hey, he's measuring a physical city. No, he's measuring the people, as in their spirituality, their purification, their righteousness. That's what they're measuring here. That's why you see the 12,000, that 12, the 144. You see all of those numbers because he's measuring the people, the righteous remnant of Israel who make up this New Jerusalem. That's what he's measuring. That is what he's measuring here. And this golden reed that this angel has depicts what? Perfection, completeness, and glory of New Jerusalem. Because the Most High has purified us. We're perfect now. That's why it said in 18, the city was pure gold. There was no wickedness, no sin found. It was pure, righteous, holy. We made it to the other side, family, and we have been cleaned up. This is what John is seeing here. This is what the angels are seeing. They're measuring the righteousness of the people. And after they measured it, pure gold, like unto clear glass. This is the end game for us, y'all, if we follow the path. Do y'all want to still wallow in this dirty, filthy body, or do you want to be pure gold? Which is it? That's a choice you got to make. You want to stay with this old world, or you want to be a part of this new world right here that we're reading about? I want to be a part of this new world. I want this right here. I want what the Most High is offering up right here. This is what I want. I want to be a part of this. I want to be with my brothers. I want to be with my sisters. I want to be with the Most High. Living in luxury forever. Living in righteousness, in purity, in holiness forever amongst our God. That's what I want. That's what you should want. So from this point on, this is what you should strive for. Don't strive for this crap in this world. Bigger car, bigger house, all this stuff. Don't strive for that. Strive for this. This is what you should want. This is what you should aspire for. This is what you want to be. You want to be pure gold. That's what you want to be. Forget this Babylonian society and all its crap, all its glamour and fake gold and all this thing, money and all this stuff that fades away. And set your eyes upon this, which is going to be around for eternity. We ain't going to need no money or anything like that, because I'm going to show you how we going to get it. So as we go back to Revelation 21, we keep it reading. And we're going to read 19 through 21. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper. The second, sapphire. The third, a chalcedony. The fourth, an emerald. The fifth, sardonyx. The sixth, sardius. The seventh, chrysolite. The eighth, beryl. The ninth, a topaz. The 10th, a chrysoprasus. The 11th, a jacinth. The 12th, an amethyst. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every gate was of one pearl. And the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. What are we describing? Are we describing a city or people? Well, watch this, family. If we go over to Exodus 28 and we read 17 through 20. Again, that's Exodus 28, 17 through 20. To show you what this city that we're talking about is. And I read, and thou shalt set it settings of stones, even 4 rows of stones. The first row shall be a sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This shall be the first row. And the second row shall be an emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond. And the third row, a ligure, an agate, and an amethyst. And the fourth row, a beryl, and an onyx, and a jasper. They shall be set in their enclosings. This is what was put with the priests that had to wear this ephod. And these stones represented each tribe of the 12 tribes of Israel. So what John is talking about, what he is describing as the foundation, is Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel, the remnant, the ones who made it to the end of the finish line. Because we already read about foundation. We saw that the foundations were the prophets and the apostles, with Christ as the chief cornerstone. So they went out and they got all these other Israelites from all the tribes to make up this city. That's the foundations that John was describing, were all the other Israelites who came back to Christ to make up this new Jerusalem. This is what we are reading about. We're reading about the restored nation of Israel. North, South Kingdom. Blow your mind. That's what he's talking about. He's not talking about a physical city. He's talking about the people. Pure gold. They're made pure gold. They're holy. Verse 21, in the 12 gates were 12 pearls. So there are 12 pearls. Every gate was of 1 pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. So these pearls is very expensive. Takes a while to make as well, out of that oyster. So these pearls represent the righteous Israelites who had to go through all the adversity. All the adversity to get here, to this kingdom right here. You are the pearl. This is what he's talking about here. You are the pearl. Ain't that crazy? All this symbolization is talking about people, you, the remnant. Can you guys believe that? This was all about. If we go over to Matthew 13, this is what Jesus, he said another parable here. If we go to Matthew 13 and we read 45 and 46. Again, that's Matthew 13, 45 and 46. Watch this. Jesus put it right here, right in your face. And he says, again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls. You, remnant, looking for Israelites, who, when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. Showing you how precious it is. How precious the Israelite who makes it through to the other end is. That's how precious you are when you overcome the world. When you overcome all these trials and these tribulations, you are likened unto a pearl. So when these other nations say you ain't nothing, Most High saying you a pearl. You are precious in his eyes. That's what a pearl is. Very precious jewel. That's how the Most High sees you when you come over here to this truth and you stay in it and you be patient and you overcome all the trials and tribulations he sends your way and you make it to the end. You are likened to a pearl. That's what you are, Israel. That's how precious you are. Don't allow anybody else to diminish that. You stay in this truth, you are precious to the Most High. You are precious. So the pearls represent perfection, purity, and a great price paid to enter the holy city. So just like a natural pearl is formed by suffering and irritation within the oyster for years, so the righteous Israelites had to endure great trials and persecutions to be cleansed and made fit for their eternal inheritance. That's why you're going through all of these things in your life, Israelites. So you can be fit to rule. There ain't going to be no weaklings in the kingdom. The Most High looking for soldiers. He's making you strong so you can rule. Very simple. How can you rule if you're weak? You can't be an effective king or queen if you are weak. So he has to strengthen you by putting trials and tribulations in your path for you to overcome, for you to get stronger. So that way, when this new kingdom is rolling around, you will already be at the level you need to be to rule, to inherit all these things that the Most High wants to give you. You have to be strong. He don't want no weaklings. He don't want no crybabies. The Most High is looking for strength. Do you have it? Do you have the strength to overcome? Can you overcome? When the Most High throws a situation, are you going to give up or are you going to keep it moving? Or are you going to fight? What are you going to do? You're going to fight or you're going to give up? Like a lot of Israelites do when the Most High sends situations their way. Stumbling blocks, obstacles. Are you going to concede or are you going to fight? Which one are you? Because only one is going to the kingdom. The other cowards are not. We read about those cowards. They're not going to the kingdom. So when the Most High sends something your way, you do not cower away. You fight. And you praise the Most High for sending it your way so you can become stronger. You cannot grow if you don't go through anything. You must grow in this truth. You cannot stay on the same level for years like a lot of these Israelites who are in this truth. People have been in this truth for decades, and they still don't know who the Gentiles in the New Testament that Paul is reaching out to are. 20 plus years they've been in this truth. They don't know who they are. They've been in this truth, and they still think the lake of fire is real. That we reading about a physical city here in Revelation 21, coming, dropping out the sky. No. But in order for you to get these things, in order for you to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, you have to grow. Which means you got to read. Don't just sit here and listen to me all the time. You got to go in this book and investigate for yourself. That's the only way the Most High is going to get you the knowledge that you are seeking. Just like I had to go in this book and read it for myself. Then the Most High revealed a whole lot of this book to me and still is revealing things to me as I read this book. He will do the same for you. But you have to go in there and you have to read for yourself. Stop listening to other people. Read the book for yourself. That way you can know if people are lying to you. I always tell y'all to read after me. Don't just take what I say as gospel. Read it. Find out what I'm saying, if it's true or not. This is the true measure of a righteous Israelite. That's why they was measuring that city. This is what they're measuring. Do you have the fight in you to keep it moving, to grow, to get better, to get stronger? That's what they're measuring. In this city, those people that were measured had it all. Are y'all going to be a part of that population when all is said and done? Are you going to be in that kingdom? Well, that's up to you. Do you got the drive, the ambition to get to that finish line? Even when you're tired, even when your legs hurt, even when your back hurt, even when your arms hurt, even when your head hurt, feet hurt. Do you have the drive to keep the legs powering through while the Most High puts stuff inside on your back for you to carry? When he puts obstacles in your path for you to hurdle over, will you still be able to do it? Or are you going to get tired and just give up and go back into the world like a lot of Israelites do, destined to be deleted forever? You have to fight. This is your fight. The Most High wants you to win. He's in your corner. He's encouraging you to go. He's your personal cheerleader. Do you hear him cheering for you, or are you deaf? The Most High wants you to be here. I want you to be here. In this Revelation 21, I want you to make it to this kingdom. I want you to be a part of these people that are here, that have made it through to the end. I want to see every last one of you in this kingdom. And if I got to drag you to the finish line, I am going to do it. Because this is a responsibility that the Most High has put on my shoulders. This is a heavy burden. I'm responsible for you. I'm going to be held accountable for all of this. So it is my responsibility to get you to the finish line. But you have to want to get there. Do you have the dog in you to make it to the end? Or are you just going to slink away and give up 2 feet before the finish line? Which one are you going to be? Because only one is going to that kingdom. The other, destined for destruction. So as we go back to Revelation 21, and we continue to read,
Verse you at, bro?
we are going to read straight through 22 to 27.
Gotcha. And I saw no temple therein, for the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it. And the city had no need of sun, neither of the moon to shine in it, for the glory of God did enlighten it, and the Lamb is the light thereof. And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it. And the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it. And the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there shall be no night there. And they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. And there shall in no wise enter it anything that defileth, neither whatsoever worketh abomination or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life.
So John says, I saw no temple therein, for the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it. What is it we talking about here? Talking about the people, family. The Most High and the Lamb are dwelling eternally amidst the chosen Israelite people in this New Jerusalem. No physical temple structure needed. When the glory of God himself fills and illuminates our holy habitation. This is what it's about. Let's go get some scriptures to kind of back it up. Let's go to 1 Kings. All the way in the back. 1 Kings 8 and 27. See what Solomon said here. Again, that's 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 27.
But will God indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heaven and heaven of heavens cannot contain thee. How much less this house that I have built?
So Solomon here, he recognizes that even the grandest temple cannot truly contain the infinite, omnipresent creator, whose glory fills the heaven and the earth, which foreshadows his eternal state, when the Most High will dwell directly with his redeemed. That's us. Without need of a physical temple. And Ezekiel backs this up right here. If we go to Ezekiel 43 in verse 7, watch what Ezekiel says here. Again, that's Ezekiel 43, verse number 7.
And he said unto me, Son of man, place the place of my throne and the place of the soles of my feet, where I will dwell in the midst of the children of Israel forever. And my holy name shall the house of Israel no more defile, neither they nor their kings by their whoredom, nor by the carcasses of their kings in their high places.
So y'all see where he gonna dwell. Remember, he said earlier in this chapter, he said he's gonna dwell among men. Well, he just told you where he gonna dwell at. In the midst of the children of Israel, they cannot spiritualize it away. This ain't talking about the church. Christians, as they say, said it plain and clear. In the midst of the children of Israel. He's going to eternally take up residence and manifest his presence in the midst of our people. Dwelling as our God and our King forever. That's the promise. This is what we're going to experience. We're going to be right there in the midst of the Most High. But Zechariah talks about this too. If we go to Zechariah 2, verse 10 and 11. Again, at Zechariah 2, 10 and 11.
Sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion, for lo, I come, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, saith the Lord. And many nations shall be joined to the Lord in that day, and shall be my people. And I will dwell in the midst of thee, and thou shalt know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me unto thee.
He's going to dwell with us. He's dwelling amongst us. Israel, this is where you want to be. This is where you want to aspire to be at. You want to be right here. You don't want to be here in this crappy society that ain't got no God around. You want to be here where the Most High is going to make his home amongst his people forever. This should be your goal. Not to get an 800 credit score. This right here should be your goal. To be right here so you can be with your God forever. This is the goal you should aspire for. Put that on your calendar. It's going to be so bright there with their presence. John said the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon, to shine in it, for the glory of God delight in it. Come on. That's how bright it's going to be. The glory is going to shine on us. Do y'all get that? This is what it's about. Remember, Yahushua said, I am the light. In John 1, he says, I am the light. Well, you see it right here. Eternal light forever. Shining his holiness and righteousness upon his people. That's what this light is. No more evil. No more of that. Holiness and righteousness is what this city is going to be about. That's the light that's being described here. No more night. No more evil. No more wickedness. No more ignorance. It says, in the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it. And the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into thee. They're going to bring all their riches to us. They're going to bring it. All the riches is coming to us, family. That's where all money coming from. They're going to bring all their riches to us. Can y'all believe that? Can y'all fathom that? Can y'all see all these kings and all these nations bringing all of their treasures to you? We've had to bring our treasures to them. They stole all our treasure, actually. Stole all of it and hid it under the catacombs of the Vatican. But the Most High is going to make them return it. We're going to be rich again. We ain't going to have to do no work. They just going to bring it to us. Can y'all see that? They bringing this all to us. This is what it's all been about. They're bringing all of this to us. All these people, these nations, the ones that beat your head in all the time, they're going to be bringing all their wealth to you. A divine flip of the script. Tables completely turned forever. David talked about this. We go all the way over to Psalm 72 and 10 and 11. Watch what David says. Psalm 72, 10 and 11.
The kings of Tarshish and of the isle shall bring presents. The kings of Sheba and Seba shall offer gifts. Yea, all kings shall fall down before him. All nations shall serve him.
And if we are co-heirs with him, which is Christ, they're going to serve us. They're going to serve us. This is homage. They're not coming empty-handed. They're loaded with glory and honor, ready to acknowledge the supremacy of Yah and his chosen people. It's not about boasting or being superior to other people. It's about fulfillment of scripture. And if the Most High chose a certain people to be above other people, then so be it. If they got a beef with that, which a lot of them do, then they can take it up with the Most High. I'm going to bask in this day. I'm basking in it. Because this is what we have gone through all this stuff for. This is the redemption right here. This is the promise. It's in the book. It's going to happen. But the question is, are you going to be there? Are you going to be there? Watching these nations bring all these gifts here. Or are you going to be gone forever? Which one are you going to be, Israel? Can't flip and flop. Choose a side. You're going to stay in this walk, even though there's going to be a whole lot of bumpy roads ahead? Or you want the easy route, which a lot of our people succumb to. They want to get the bag, so they do whatever they have to do to get the bag. No matter how evil and deplorable it is, they will do it because they don't want the struggle. They done struggling. Their whole life was the struggle. They done with that. And they'll do whatever they got to take to get out of that. And they will. And they are. But in the end, they will be done away with forever. So you can take this temporal materialism today and be thrown away tomorrow, or you take these struggles today and be here in this kingdom that we're reading about. Which one are you going to be in? That's the question I ask you. That's a question you should ask yourself every day. Which Israelite am I going to be? Am I going to take the easy way out, or am I going to do it the hard way, like the Most High want me to do, in order to strengthen me and get me to where I need to be to rule this place? The choice is yours, Israel. This is going to be a holy place forever and ever. We never going to lose this. No night, no nothing. No more abominations. No more wicked people. All dead. In this Lamb's Book of Life, these are Israelites. No other nations in his life. There is no other nations in this Lamb book. This Lamb's Book of Life is all about Israel. Righteous Israel. The Most High is going to choose which nations are going to survive in the end. He's going to choose them. But you want to be in this Lamb's Book of Life. You want to be written there so you don't have to die. Because that second death is final. There is no coming back from that. You are gone out of existence forevermore. So I would strive to be in this book right here. You do whatever you got to do to be in this book. You take whatever the Most High got to give you, you fight. Because at the end of the day, I want to see all y'all in the kingdom. That's what I want. I want to see every last one of y'all there. High-fiving, hugging it up, chilling, relaxing, and having a grand old time for eternity. So I'll leave you with this. Which Israelite are you going to be? Are you going to be the one that wants to do it the easy way or the hard way. And with that being said, I thank you guys for listening to this sermon. All praises and great glory for the Most High for allowing me to share this wisdom with each and every last one of y'all. Again, I thank you guys for showing up and listening to the word. The Most High appreciate it, and so do I. And with that being said, thanks for listening.